All right, so today we're going to take a deep dive into some pretty unusual territory.
Definitely.
You've sent me some fascinating research on some strange jobs around the world,
Oh, yeah.
and this one is really out there.
It is.
We're talking professional curse casters in Japan.
Wow. Yeah.
Like something out of a movie, but
Wow.
apparently it's a real thing.
Yeah.
So we're going to dive into a discussion from a YouTube video where two people are talking about these so-called curse agents.
Yeah, curse agents.
That's
It's wild.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
I mean, to be honest, I'm pretty surprised by the whole concept of hiring someone to cast a curse on someone else.
Well, it's definitely not something you hear about every day.
Mm.
But in Japan, curses have a long history and are actually seen as a form of magic.
Mm.
And they're often believed to have real-world consequences.
I mean, I knew that Japan has a rich history of folklore and mythology,
Mm-hmm.
but I had no idea that curses were like a legitimate service
Right.
that you could order up, like
Yeah.
ordering takeout or something. You can get a curse delivered right to your doorstep.
So we're talking actual curse agents
Exactly.
who will cast these spells for you.
That's right.
And it's not just some underground thing either.
Nope.
From the looks of this video, it's like these curse agents are running full-fledged businesses,
Yeah.
complete with websites and testimonials.
Absolutely.
So how does this whole curse agent thing work?
Well, they act as intermediary,
Yeah. Yeah.
bridging the gap between the client and the supernatural.
So it's not like I can just call up a curse agent and say, hey, put a curse on my boss.
Well, you could try that,
Mm.
but it's more likely that you would go through a specific process,
Gotcha.
and the curse agent would guide you through the steps.
Okay, so what are these steps then?
Well, it varies depending on the curse agent and the type of curse you're looking for.
Oh, so there are different types of curses.
Oh, yeah. There's a whole menu of curses to choose from.
A menu of curses.
Just like at a restaurant.
You're kidding.
I'm not. You can find curse packages with different levels of intensity and price points.
Okay, hold up curse packages.
Mm-hmm.
That's both hilarious and terrifying at the same time.
I know, right?
So you're telling me there's like a cursely option for those on a budget?
Well, maybe not with those exact names.
But you get the idea.
Right.
And then like a super curse mega pack
Exactly.
for those who want to go all out.
The source material actually mentions a luxury curse package
Oh, wow.
that includes curses on everything, from your enemy's career to their love life,
To their health?
their family even.
Wow, that's intense.
It is.
I mean, wouldn't throwing that much negativity around backfire on the person casting the curse?
That's a good question, and that's where the curse agent's role gets really interesting.
Okay.
It's believed that they have some ability, whether it's innate or learned, to shield themselves from the negative energy of the curse.
Mm.
It's often called the rebound effect.
The rebound effect, like
Yeah.
a magical boomerang.
Exactly.
So they use rituals or talismans or something
Right.
to protect themselves.
It's like they act as a buffer between the client and the potential consequences.
So they're like supernatural contractors taking care of the dirty work,
That's a great analogy.
making sure the curse hits its target
Mm,
without any blowback on the client.
that's the idea anyway.
But I gotta be honest,
Yeah.
I'm still a bit skeptical about the whole thing.
Understandable.
Is there any actual evidence that curses work?
Well, from a scientific standpoint, no.
Right.
There's no concrete proof.
All right.
But the source material points to the psychological impact curses can have.
Okay, how so?
Well, have you ever heard of the self-fulfilling prophecy?
Oh, yeah.
So if you believe something bad is going to happen,
Mm-hmm.
you might unconsciously act in ways that make it more likely to happen.
So even if there's no magical force at work,
Yep.
the curse could still have real-world consequences
Exactly.
simply because the victim believes in its power?
It's all about the power of suggestion.
Wow. That's actually pretty fascinating.
It is.
It's like if someone believes they've been cursed, their own anxieties and fears can become the curse itself.
Precisely.
And that makes me think of another aspect of this whole curse casting business.
What's that?
The charms and amulets and crystals that they sell.
Oh, yeah, they're not just casting curses.
It's like they've created a whole marketplace of anxieties,
Right.
playing on people's fears and offering them a sense of control.
Like a spiritual security blanket.
Exactly.
The source material also highlights a personal anecdote
Oh, yeah.
about someone who claims their positive energy brings good luck to people around them.
Hmm.
And those who mistreat them seem to experience misfortune,
Wow, that is wild.
like a walking, talking good luck charm,
A real-life fairy godmother.
spreading good vibes wherever they go.
But you know, it makes you think, if positive energy can have that kind of impact, what about negative energy?
And that's exactly where we're heading next.
Okay, now that's a cliffhanger.
But before we move on,
Yeah.
let's take a step back and recap what we've uncovered so far.
So we're talking about professional curse casters in Japan,
Right.
operating almost like businesses with curse packages and everything. And while there might not be scientific proof that curses work,
Yeah.
the psychological impact and the potential for self-fulfilling prophecy is definitely worth considering.
Absolutely.
And it's all happening within a very specific cultural context.
Right, in Japan, where curses have a long and complex history.
All right, so with that foundation laid, let's dive into the darker side of this equation.
Okay.
What happens when negativity takes center stage?
Stay tuned.
Things are about to get interesting.
Picking up where we left off, that idea that negative energy could actually have, like, tangible effects.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty fascinating and maybe a little unsettling, right?
Definitely makes you think twice about holding grudges or, wishing ill on someone.
Yeah.
Like, if just believing in a curse can make it real,
Right.
does that mean our negative thoughts could have, like, unintended consequences?
Good question.
Yeah.
And it's not something that the source material really addresses directly.
Yeah.
But if we think back to the anecdote about the person who brings good luck to others, it does make you wonder about the potential power of our intentions.
Yeah.
Both positive and negative.
It's like that saying, what you put out into the universe comes back to you.
Right.
But instead of it being some mystical boomerang effect, it's more about how our thoughts and beliefs shape our actions.
Yeah.
And those actions have consequences.
Exactly.
So it's not necessarily about magic,
No.
but rather the self-fulfilling prophecy idea
Right.
taken to another level.
Like if you're constantly focused on these negative thoughts, you might unconsciously act in ways that create negative experiences.
Yeah.
For yourself and those around you.
So it's less about curses having some kind of supernatural power and more about the power of our own minds to create our reality,
Exactly.
which is kind of empowering,
It is.
but also a little scary.
Definitely.
It challenges us to be more mindful of our thoughts
Absolutely.
and how they might be influencing our experiences.
But let's get back to these curse agents for a second.
Okay.
We were talking about how they offer these different curse packages.
Yeah.
Almost like a menu of misfortune.
That still cracks me up.
It's pretty funny.
But it makes sense from a business perspective, right? They're catering to a demand.
Right.
And by offering different price points, they're making their services accessible to a wider range of people.
It's just like any other service industry, right?
Yeah.
You identify a need in the market.
Right.
And you create a structured system to meet that need.
But beyond the business side of things,
Yeah.
these different curse packages, they also reveal something about the cultural nuances of curses in Japan.
Okay, what do you mean?
Well, for one thing, the fact that there are cheaper options suggests that curses aren't just for the wealthy or the elite.
It seems like it's a relatively common practice.
So it's like a way to blow off some steam.
Yeah.
Like an angry Yelp review, but with a supernatural twist.
And the fact that people are willing to pay for these services,
Right.
even if it's a small amount, shows that there's a genuine belief in the power of curses.
Like a cultural safety valve.
Yeah.
A way to deal with negative emotions and seek some kind of retribution.
Even if it's just symbolic.
But it's important to remember that the source material is focused on Japan,
Yes.
where curses have this long and complex history.
Right.
This doesn't necessarily mean that everyone in Japan is running around
Yeah.
casting curses all the time.
It's just one aspect of their culture.
You know what? Even though we're talking about all this negative stuff,
Yeah.
curses and negativity, it's actually sparked some positive thoughts for me.
Really? How so?
Well, if just believing in something can have such a powerful effect, whether it's a curse or a blessing,
Yeah.
doesn't that mean we have more agency over our lives than we realize?
That's a good point.
Like, if we choose to focus on positive thoughts and beliefs, maybe we can actually manifest positive change in our lives and in the world around us.
You know, that actually connects back to something we talked about earlier.
What's that?
The person who claims to be a natural good luck charm.
Oh, yeah.
If they genuinely believe in their ability to bring good fortune to others,
Right.
and other people believe it too,
Yeah.
maybe that belief itself creates a positive feedback loop.
It's like the placebo effect, but on a social level.
Exactly.
If enough people believe in something, it can become a self-fulfilling prophecy, even if it starts with just one person's conviction.
It really challenges our traditional understanding of cause and effect.
Yeah.
Maybe we're not just passive recipients of fate,
But active participants in shaping our own reality.
and influencing the reality of those around us.
Okay, that's blown my mind.
So maybe instead of worrying about curses and negative energy,
Yeah.
we should be focusing on becoming those walking good luck charms.
Spreading positivity and good vibes.
Exactly.
I like that.
But before we get too carried away with the power of positive thinking,
Okay.
there's one more element from the source material we need to explore.
What's that?
The actual process of casting a curse.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
It involved a DVD.
A DVD recording of the ritual.
That's right.
That sounds like a whole other level of weirdness.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's a perfect example of how tradition and technology can intersect in really unexpected ways.
Okay, tell me more about this cursed DVD. Okay, so we're talking cursed DVDs now.
Yeah, cursed DVDs.
That sounds like something straight out of like a horror movie.
It does, right?
Not a real business.
But it's real.
So you're saying that these curse agents will actually send you a DVD recording of the curse ritual?
As proof that the curse has been performed.
Wait, are you serious?
I am completely serious.
So you pay to have someone curse your enemy,
Right.
and then they send you a video of the whole thing?
It's like a highlight reel of your enemy's misfortune.
That's both hilarious
Yeah.
and a little bit creepy.
It's definitely a unique service.
So what's the point of the DVD?
Well, it could be a way for the curse agent to document the ritual, for their records.
Or maybe it's just for showmanship.
Yeah, but maybe there's an element of that too.
Like they're saying, hey, look, we take our curse casting very seriously here.
Right.
And we've got the video evidence to prove it.
It's like a certificate of authenticity for your curse.
And if you're already prone to believing in curses, seeing a DVD of this elaborate ritual
Right.
probably just reinforces that belief.
It's like visual confirmation that your enemy is being targeted.
By supernatural forces.
Exactly.
But you know what I don't get?
Exactly.
If these curse agents are so confident in their abilities,
Yeah.
why even bother with the DVD?
That's a good point.
Shouldn't the curse just speak for itself?
Well, maybe it's a way to address skepticism,
Okay.
to provide some tangible evidence.
In a realm that's often shrouded in mystery and doubt.
Right.
Or maybe it's just a really clever marketing tactic.
Could be.
To stand out from the competition.
It's a competitive market out there.
In the world of professional curse casting.
After all seeing is believing.
So we've gone from curse packages to curse DVDs.
The curse casting industry is full of surprises.
It really is.
But remember, the source material focuses on Japan.
Yeah.
Where this whole idea of curses is deeply ingrained in their culture.
And that belief has created a demand for services like curse agents and all those curse-related products.
It's a self-sustaining ecosystem.
So after diving deep into this world of professional curse casters, what's the biggest takeaway for you?
I think it's the connection between belief culture and psychology.
Okay.
Whether curses have any real power or not,
Right.
the fact that people believe in them and that this belief is so deeply rooted in Japanese culture.
Creates a context where curses can have a very real impact.
Even if it's mainly through the power of suggestion and the self-fulfilling prophecy.
Like we've been saying all along, our thoughts and beliefs have more power than we realize.
They really do.
Whether we're talking about curses or blessings,
Right.
the energy we put out into the world and the energy we choose to focus on can shape our experiences in really powerful ways.
That's a great point.
So maybe instead of worrying about curses, we should be focusing on, becoming those walking good luck charms.
Spreading positivity and good vibes.
Exactly.
It's a much better way to live.
So that wraps up our deep dive into the world of professional curse casters.
It's been a fascinating journey.
It really has, full of unexpected twists and cultural insights.
And some really mind-bending concepts.
And we want to hear your thoughts, so head over to our social media pages.
Yes, let us know what you think.
What surprised you the most about this deep dive?
Do you believe in the power of curses?
Or are you more of a positive vibes kind of person?
Let's keep the conversation going.
Until next time, stay curious, stay open-minded, and remember,
What's that?
you might be more powerful than you think.